Hello, everyone. Say hi, gang.
Hi, gang.
Hello.
Welcome to Deadlands Noir. So happy for you to be here with us. I am Todd Moonbounce. I will be your game master for this story. And let's say hello to this amazing cast right away that's going to tell the story with me. So, right next door, Maddie Matihi. Piper, say hello and tell us who you're playing.
Hi, everyone. I'm Maddie Matihi. You can find me on Twitter at Maddie Matihi and Twitch at Matihi. Tonight, I am playing Silko Sawyer, he, they pronouns, photographer who's chasing a story, chasing a dream.
Fantastic. Next to you, Indiana Sloan. Say hello.
Hello, everybody. I'm Indiana Sloan. I'll be playing Owen Cross, he, him. I'm a private investigator here. I'm the dreary, rainy city of Chicago. Seem to focus somewhat on some of the kind of strange and out there cases, and you can find me at the Indiana Sloan on Twitter.
Fantastic. And at the end, last but not least, Kaz, say hello.
Hi, I'm Kaz, also known as the Mini Arcanist. You can find me on Twitter and on Twitch under that handle. I am playing Dean Whitfield tonight, a really bad poet with a love for all things finery in life.
Fantastic. We will see if they get into that. So, a few things before we dive in. First, for those that don't know, we will be playing Savage Worlds, the system here underneath Deadlands, a fantastic system. Each player has 5 main stats, abilities that they utilize, and you'll see below Indy and Kaz there the character cards for each of them, and they have a die between D4 and D12 to show how good they are in a particular stat, and there's skills underneath each of those. So obviously the higher die is you're a little more skilled in that. Another fantastic aspect of the system is that as these players are considered what they're called wild cards, they get a wild die, which is a d6, added to pretty much every roll they make. So if they make a fighting roll, they do whatever dice they would have with that, plus a d6 always. Oftentimes you may have a skill that you were unskilled in, so it would be a d4 minus 2. There's a penalty for that. But since you are a wild card, you still get to roll that d6. So there is an opportunity there to still succeed. The other amazing thing is that dice explode in Savage Worlds. So if you get the highest number on a die, you roll it again, and you keep going until it stops. Indiana Sloan is known for some insane exploded rolls there, so keep an eye out for that. Lastly, if you would like to help support the show, there's a couple ways to do that. Of course, just being here is the best way. We appreciate it so very much. Go tell your friends to come hang out with us. But also, subscribe or like the channel if you haven't yet. Clip your favorite moments. And also, if you'd like to subscribe, gift sub, you can do so. And that will give some benefits to the cast or myself if you like. So for every subscription, gift subscription, 500 bits or $5 donation, we will do a group Benny into the pool. So below Piper there's a little tracker to show the group Bennies available. We don't have any yet, so you can help us out there. Unless you designate that you want it to come to me, the GM, I'm gonna put them all into the players pile. So if you specifically want to give some to myself, just mention that when you make that subscription or whatever, and then I'll throw one my way. Then also there is a +1 pool, so for 1,000 channel points, once per session, you can grant a +1 to the group to use as well. So just a few things to help us out. All right, I think that is everything. We shall dive in. Chicago, 1927. If you have a drink, enjoy that with us. We won't tell anyone, though. But Prohibition certainly is at its height, and when it meant to reduce crime, it certainly increased it in a way, as I think somewhere of 25,000 speakeasies now dot the city, as those found quite an outlet in that industry, if you will. The past few days here in the big city, in the Windy City, have been more rainy than anything. Rain and rain and rain. But something else threatens to flood the city. We enter a small, assuming office, dimly lit, wall to wall with filing cabinets overflowing with casework. As an individual sits at his desk looking over paperwork, probably going over the recent file from Old Lady Werther's, who is missing her cat once again. And poor Owen Cross just doesn't have the heart to say no. She pays him in her famous zucchini casserole. The zucchini casserole doesn't pay the bills. Owen, give us a little more description of yourself and what you might be doing here in your office.
Yeah, so Owen Cross is a mid-30s individual. You can probably see he's not necessarily clean-shaven. Probably been in his office, maybe spends a little bit too much time here, poring over paperwork. A little disappointed that the recent case work has been what it has been. Looking for something to help keep these lights on in this office. The rent's not too expensive, but it's not free either. So to keep the lights on, Owen needs some business here. So just waiting anxiously for somebody to come walking through that door with a job or that phone to start ringing.
As you sit there and you thumb through the paper and your case files and things and just hoping for something, go ahead and give me a research roll.
Right. That'll be a D4 with my wild. First explosion. Be a 6.
All right, and that will be a success. So we're looking for at least a 4 Savage Worlds. So we do have a success there. You dig through the papers and you see a few articles that seem to pull up maybe some potential leads. It seems that there is, of course, you're very familiar in, a lot of the mob and gang activities and things like that, but maybe things that you leave to the other authorities. But you see a few things, missing person or stolen properties, things like that. Might be some value there. But as you sift through the paper and whatnot, you get a knock at your door. And you can see the frosted glass of the entryway. Looks to be 2 shadows.
So we'll get myself adjusted here to look a little more professional. Come on in.
Door opens up and 2 individuals do enter. The first one, camera draped around his neck, you probably recognize as a family member of yours. Silco, go ahead and describe us yourself as you enter in.
Silco is 5'3", hair kind of slicked back. It's kind of a reddish brown color, tied back in a very tight bun. He wears kind of these deep red suspenders with a clean white dress shirt on underneath black slacks and these kind of red tipped shoes. Though everything slightly, though clean, looks a little bit secondhand. Even the camera that he wears around his neck, large flash that remains upon it, and kind of has him slouch a bit forward as he walks, the large strap around his neck. He walks in with a bit of a long gait, even for his size. Bit scrawny, like kind of skinny, but decent. You can kind of see a little bit of muscle underneath the white shirt there. He wears a very worried expression over their face. Not usually one that he wears, as normally he's a bit smarmy and sarcastic, so the look itself might set a bit of worry on Owen.
what the hell you doing here, Silco?
Hey, cousin. You're really the only one that I think we could ask. Sorry. My friend Dean. Dean, this is my cousin. He's the private investigator that I was telling you about on the way here.
Oh, it's a pleasure. This is the first time we've met, but I've heard so much about you already. It's nice to meet you.
Well, if it came from Silco, I can't imagine anything too good.
Well, it's a bit of a long story. It happened to me a few days ago, but well, I haven't stopped thinking about it since, so I came to Silco, and Silco said that you'd be able to help us.
Dean, as you enter in behind Silco and make your introductions, go ahead and describe yourself.
Yeah, Dean Whitfield is probably the cleanest looking person in this space at the moment. He is just very put together in just everything that he wears. Everything looks very finely tailored. I would say not at all exorbitant. Very just simple, but also still one of those things that you can tell that he specifically got the shirt tailored. He specifically got the vest tailored. Wears the white shirt a little unbuttoned to give himself some air of casualness, but it's not really working. Very nice, crisp, clean pants. And very nicely made leather shoes, because his mom always taught him that you could always tell a lot about a man with his shoes. He is very clean shaven, but he does look very troubled as he's stepping up towards Owen.
You step inside, and there's a single seat in front of the desk, but piled with papers and things like that. It's not really a place to sit in the office, but you begin telling this story of this incident that happened to you, the other day, and at first it's a little hazy, comes back, but then you begin describing those details. A couple nights ago, you were heading home after picking up a new notebook, book, whatever, and caught deep in that on your way. Another rainy night, as it is tonight, and you come to a cross section, one of the larger thoroughfares in the city, and sit at the corner waiting for your opportunity to cross. And the traffic flies either way, and as you have a quick moment looking up from your book, you hear some shouts and then screeching of tires as a car turns crossway, and a enclosed truck, kind of like a moving van, delivery van, halts on the brake and is then forced towards the median there of the road and goes up on that and tilts over a little bit. It doesn't go all the way over, but it definitely goes up, and it jostles the vehicle. The back end then opens up and these crates spill out all across the street there. Immediately, these men hop out of the vehicles. Another car pulls up behind it and stops and gets out. And they seem to be quickly picking up this debris, the stuff that has fallen out of the fallen cargo, and scooping it back up. Go ahead and give me a notice check. We have 3 + 1s, by the way. Thank you, Bounce House.
Thank you. All right. Oh, that exploded. That exploded again.
Nice.
That is 14.
14. Okay, so 4 is our marker here, and then for every 4 more after that, you get what is called a raise. So it's at least 2 raises here. So I will say that you definitely pick up on this. You see what spills out of these crates, and you notice what looks the small, like chunks of rock, but you dial in on it and you see that it looks more to be like coal. And you notice, though, the one thing that is very peculiar is these white veins that seem to cover the rocks, the coal rocks. Seems very peculiar. Not something you're familiar with, but it sticks out to you. And perhaps it's your gaze that stares and is looking at this unique, whatever is in the back of this, this cargo that's hauling. When one of the grunts there cleaning it up looks up and just, hey, what are you looking at?
There was a crash. How do you expect me to not? Do you need help? Are you okay?
You didn't see nothing here.
I'm pretty sure I saw a crash. What is the rock? Why does it look so weird?
Tiny! Jimmy! Get him! And these two individuals hop out of the vehicle. And at first they look to be normal, henchmen like the others. But then they just let out this somewhat of a guttural growl. And you see them kind of just like jolting around as they grow in size. Their body just kind of pulses out. Their neck grows, the head stays a little bit, but everything around them just grows. And then they just start charging at you.
That's definitely not Tiny any longer. I'm gonna toss the book that I just bought at one of the creatures and then book it.
Okay, so we're gonna do a quick encounter for this. So, basically, just one check for you to run home and see how well you fare. So, go ahead and give me. Where are you? Okay. Not the fastest here. So go ahead and give me an athletics check, and this is going to be at a -2.
Oh wow, I'm definitely gonna fail this. Well, I rolled a 3 on. I don't even think it matters on my d6 plus or -2, so that's a 1. I'm actually gonna spend a penny.
Okay.
Can I spend a penny to reroll that?
You absolutely can.
Sweet, okay. Oh, that exploded. The 4. I forget that the d4s explode. 7 -2, so 5.
5.
So,
all right. So that is a success. So. Okay. You take off. And you know this part of the city on the way to your residence decently well. Maybe cutting through a few alleyways, trying to just, lose your pursuers and get home as quickly and safely as possible. Which you are able to do so, but not without, in your haste, maybe tripping over some alleyway debris here and there, whatnot. You do end up getting back home with some bumps and bruises.
Okay.
But things that will heal over the next day or two.
Mm-hmm.
But you just can't get that image of these two individuals that just changed in front of you in this mysterious cargo that they were hauling. And, maybe it took you a night or two to then talk to anyone about it, and that's when you reached out to your roommate there, Silco. And now you find yourselves here in Owen's office, hoping to maybe put some pieces of the puzzle together.
I don't know what else to tell you besides what I saw. It happened so quickly. It was a crash, and then I was looking at whatever had fallen all over the street, which looked like coal, but it wasn't. And then there were these creatures, and they were coming after me. I can't get over the sound that they made when they were transforming. I swear I wasn't hallucinating at all. I don't usually take any absinthe that late at night, so I just went to the bookstore. I just wanted to get another book.
That's one hell of a story you brought to me here, Silco. Kind of, what's your friend Dean here, a writer? Looking for put one over on me?
Hey, look. Owen, I know it sounds crazy, but Dean doesn't usually do these sorts of things, and I mean, I can attest.
Why would I bring this? I mean, clearly you're very busy, so I wouldn't want to disturb you from all your hard work.
I am hard at work. I got plenty of cases to work on. I don't know if I have time for this.
Like what, Miss Werther's again?
Hey, that casserole is pretty damn good. I'll let you try it next time she brings some over. It'll change your damn tune.
Look, you're the only one in this damn city who can help us out. Or at least help Dean out.
No one else is gonna believe me if I go to them.
As Owen was going through the papers recently, did he come across anything that would indicate like, hey, yeah, there was an accident reported, or was this all just like, hey, there's been no record of this happening, so
Yeah,
I have no really.
Right. Nope. Nothing written about that, and you wouldn't be surprised about that.
Okay.
Yeah. Dean, did you mention info on the coal you saw? The
Yes,
specifics
I
of it?
said that it sort of had the white striations
all right.
in it.
So Owen, go ahead and give me an occult roll.
Be a 5.
Okay. So that's a good enough of a description, and for you to recognize what you feel is ghost rock. Familiar with that? It is a, odd. Some say supernatural fuel source. Burns extra long, extra hot. There's a few implementations of it around the city, but a lot of people are worried, concerned of maybe some of its after effects, and avoid it. But you'd be a little familiar.
Well, Dean, from the description you're giving me, it sounds like might have been a load of ghost rock turned over.
Would I know what ghost rock is? I probably wouldn't. What is ghost rock?
That's depends who you ask. Yeah, some folks it's a fuel source, kind of like coal. If you ask others, it can do a whole lot more than that.
What if we ask you?
Well, I say it can do a little bit more than just be a power source. Pretty valuable stuff too. You didn't did they pick it all up? Is there any laying back still? You pick it up?
I would assume that if it's something that potent that they would pick all of it up, even just the crumbs of something.
I mean, maybe something was missed. Do you remember where it happened?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. It wasn't too far away from where I live. But it's an intersection. Things would have picked it up. I don't know.
We could always go check.
I guess.
And Owen, I mean, if it's ghost rock, then hey, there'll be at least some sort of a payday at the end of it.
The questions I got to ask you is when you was running back home, did they follow you at all?
Yeah, I was being chased.
So, Dean, I will say that you were able to lose them.
Oh, I was. Okay.
Yeah, at some point you were able to lose them. So yeah, they didn't necessarily follow you home.
Okay. I was being chased, but I made pretty well. I know the streets around my house pretty well, so I wouldn't have let them come there. I was pretty good at losing them. But also, they were weird creatures. I don't know if they had like super sense or something.
Like I said, that ghost rock can be known to do some pretty weird stuff.
Do you think the ghost rock did that to them?
It's hard to tell, and you hear stories, but sometimes you gotta see something to believe it. Sounds like you may have seen it, though.
I didn't wake up from a dream, so I'm assuming I saw it.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've been in this office a few too many hours. It is. How about stretch my legs, take a walk, and you can show me where this all happened.
Yeah, and you could use some fresh air. This room.
This place smells
No
terrible.
offense. Sorry. It smells awful.
Full of fence.
Yeah. Do you like need to like get a? We can go back to my place. You can shower. Do you have a shower? Does he have a shower?
I don't think so.
Okay.
All right, let's go. We'll get as much as it rains, you need to take a shower. The Mother Nature will do it for you for free.
I think you need to pay at least 10 cents.
Yeah. I will lead the way back to where the scene happened and where the crash was.
So you leave the office there, Owen's office there, and head back. Going west away from downtown, to where North Avenue kind of comes in, and you get to that intersection. And as you do, it just a little bit of that like flashback of like remembering where you were and almost slow motion playing it back in your mind. This accident, you can see that median where the truck went up and caught itself and whatnot. No initial any visual signs of what happened, but
this is where it happened. I don't see anything. It's a heavily trafficked area. People are walking around here all the time. Is there sort of like a can I see, did they hit something when they crashed?
yeah, so there's a little bit of like there's a median in between, so you got lanes of traffic, like two lanes on either side, and there's a central median. And it's not tall, but it was enough, when the truck hit it, it caused it to go kilter, so there might be a little kind of like disturbed tire tracks or something, but yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. I mean, unless you got a little magnifying glass and you want to go do your little PI stuff, I
can't remember. Did you have a description on the truck at all? Was it marked at all?
Was it marked in any way?
Nope. Unmarked. It was just a dark colored kind of enclosed like truck van. Yeah.
I didn't see anything. It happens so quickly. But it was a dark vehicle. It just looked like a truck. A lot of crates.
As the three of you are searching around, you can go ahead and give a notice check.
Be a 6 for me.
5 for me.
Oh.
5 for Dean as well?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So successes all around. You go and work to comb the area, just hoping for anything, any clue that you can. And Dean and Silco, you do notice, you see this small little dark piece of debris there nearby. It gets blended in a little bit with the rest of the landscape and whatnot. But Dean, you notice that you see that image is in your head. You see it looks like to have some of those white veins in it. You pick it up, and a small little chunk of got to be that same substance there. Owen, you move around and you look about the area, knowing where the vehicle would have been, you see a small little card, piece of paper, business card size, that's soaked, currently soaked from the rain. It's been out here. It just catches your attention.
Yeah, seeing that, I'm gonna reach down and pick it up, sort of shake it off, see if I can make out any writing that might be on that card still.
On the front of it, you do see just 2 letters, initials. The ink is running a little bit from the rain, but it just says the initials BP.
Do I recognize those initials at
Can mean a
all?
lot of things. Flip it over on the other side. You do see there is something handwritten. This is in worse condition than the front side, of course, because this was written. But you think it's a phrase, and it looks like you can make out church on Sunday. Go ahead and give me a common knowledge check.
It's a 7.
Okay. The initials, they're not they don't feel familiar, but the combination with the written phrase on the back, you know that oftentimes a lot of the speakeasies, they have somewhat of a kind of like password to get in. And this feels like that, but you just have to figure out what BP is.
Jay, I'll go over to Silco and Dean and let them know what I found here. Found a card, I think it's for one of the speakeasies here in town. Phrase is church on Sundays. I know you've been to any dives like that use that passcode?
Mind if I take a look at the card?
That'd be my guess. It's a little worse for the wear, but here you go.
No,
I'll
I've
hand
seen
it over.
And Silco will take a look at it, kind of flipping it over. Is there anything familiar about this phrase at all?
The phrase, not really. Or the other side as well. I mean, it's nothing special, just BP, and then the handwritten. So, I would say, Silco, give me a common knowledge as well.
Sure. Ooh, that one explodes.
Nice.
And explodes again.
Nice.
That's a 4, so 9 altogether.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay, hitting a raise. So with the raise, you don't know what this is, where it belongs to, but you also know that, these phrases often will rotate, change. That's probably why it's handwritten. It's kind of maybe the phrase of the week or something like that. So you'd be familiar enough in that regard.
Well, I mean, there's always the canvas around and see which place lets us in when we use the phrase.
Feel like that might not be a great idea.
No, yeah, you're probably right. Probably not super good.
I feel like we might get some. They seem like they have contacts,
I mean, but
Also, who uses the phrase church on Sunday?
I think that's what it's supposed to be. Very kind of offhanded phrase that no one would use.
I guess.
Oh, because you don't have to go to speakeasies, yeah.
Yes, but also it's just why what are they, churchgoers that they had to bring up church on Sunday? I don't know. It just seems weird. Anyways, I found some ghost rock. This is what it is. So I mean, I don't know if you want it, Owen.
I'll reach out, take that. So you said they had crates and crates of this stuff, huh?
Lots of crates. I offered to help. It looked like they had a lot of work to do, but that didn't work out.
Oh, and there's not a lot there. You know, I don't know, maybe a couple ounces worth or something. But you would know that Ghost Rock, for some of the places, you know, when people are looking for it, usually goes $100 per pound. So it's some pretty good value. Might have 10, 20 bucks worth there.
What did I say? Told you we'd find some.
I maybe walking around to speakeasies. I just feel a little uncomfortable. You know, the people there that go to speakeasies, it's a little
What?
dangerous. It just seems dangerous.
What are you doing hanging around with Silco then if you're afraid of the speakeasy type?
Oh, well, Silco and I don't really hang out, so it's not like I see Silco a lot. Silco's usually in his red room.
Basement. Yeah.
Doing whatever it is that they do, so.
It's probably safer that way. Silco has a nose for getting himself into trouble.
I would say opportunity more than trouble, but it does lead to trouble.
Just follow wherever that camera lens leads, huh?
Pretty much. Speaking of leads. Soko's gonna... I look up and kind of look around. And then I look back to Dean and say, I don't know if you noticed, but did you see, like, any of the lights on any of those, like, buildings? Any shops around here? Anyone who might have seen?
Was there anyone else in the intersection, around the intersection at the time of the crash?
Yeah, there was a few other cars, things like that. What you feel is like a lot of people just kind of, you know, stayed in their cars or whatever, went on their way. It was that intent, just like stare at the coal that really caught their attention and felt like, hey, this person is paying way too much attention to what's going on here.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it was rainy, it was, you know, gross out, so people are just, okay, whatever, it happened. Looks like just a you know, cargo spill. People are taking care of it. You know.
Everyone was acting like it wasn't an issue. I don't know. And
Yeah.
I don't know, it was just the ghost rock. I was just looking at it and it looked really strange, so I wasn't looking at buildings. I wasn't even thinking about the fact that maybe there weren't other people around to have seen the strange creatures.
No, it makes sense. Buildings are hard to notice sometimes.
And I'm trying to recall, you said it just took the curb or corner too fast and kind of
A car had cut the corner, and so the truck was forced to brake and pull out of the way, and that's what caused it.
okay.
Yeah.
Trying to save their lives, basically, and the other people in the car. So less a crash, more of whoops, we saved ourselves. Yeah.
I think Soko looks to Owen and says, well, I mean, you're the private investigator. What's our next steps?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of speakeasies in this city. Now we can start trying to ask around a little bit, but you ever heard of that needle in a haystack?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Needle in a haystack. You're never gonna find it. Isn't that what they say?
Unless we get lucky, and I ain't been too lucky lately.
You never know.
You think about that luck, Owen, and your past few nights, those home games of cards with a few other your PI buddies. And then Eddie Baker comes up in your mind, and another fellow investigator, and he sometimes deals with that sort though, and might be a good individual to reach out to.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, maybe I can save the souls on those fancy shoes of yours from walking all over the city. And go back to my office. I can call up a guy I know. See if he's
sure.
got any ideas.
I mean, I don't mind walking either. I could just replace the souls tomorrow morning. I have a guy. So, yeah.
Wow, fancy. We'd love to hear you brag about your wealth. It's great, Dean.
Well, I wasn't bragging. I was mostly just saying you don't have to consider my nice shoes. I can get them done again.
Man, my mind is certainly put at ease now. Not worrying about your shoes.
I mean, I can fix your shoes too. Is that a hole in like your big toes almost sticking out?
Like I said, business isn't always the best.
Silka, do you
What?
need? Oh, and do you need like? I can get you new clothing if you'd like. And you almost I don't think we're the same size, but I can try. I can get it tailored.
How about try to figure out what we can find out about this ghost rock, and I send you a bill for my usual daily retainer.
Sure. Yeah.
This is obviously keeping me from some pretty important cat finding.
Oh
work
yes,
here.
the cat. Of course, the cat would not want Miss Werther's to go a day without her cat. Never mind the fact that I've lost sleep over this, but the cat's important. Okay.
It's very important. I think if before we leave, so I'm gonna go up to Owen and kind of whisper in his ear and say, "You better milk this guy for like all he's worth. This is such a good opportunity for you, and you're welcome."
Owen will just give a little nod to Silco that he understands, and say, "All right, well, let's head back to the office, and I'll see if I can ring up Eddie."
So the three of you do head back and come back into that aromatic office, if you will. A little pungent, probably from last round of Miss Werther's zucchini casserole. And you sit down and go ahead and dial up your counterpart, Eddie Baker. Phone rings. Eventually, a gravelly voice at the other end picks up. Yo!
Hey, Eddie, it's your old pal Owen.
Oh, old pal, yeah. What are you up to now, Mr. Cross?
You know any speakeasies go by BP?
Do I know any speakeasies? You know I know speakeasies.
That's why I called you. I said everybody knows where the speakeasy it'll be. It'll be my old pal Eddie.
What are you after?
Just following the lead. Got a new case that walked in the door.
That's not like you. You just stay away from that stuff. You know it's big trouble.
Well, big trouble sometimes pays big bills.
Yeah, well, all the more bills I can take from you in poker, eh?
Yeah, you just got lucky last time. It'll come
Yeah.
back around. I'm due.
Yeah. BP, huh? Yeah. Probably the Blind Pig. They're on 13th. Big Big bright pink sign, looks like the number 11.
Sounds easy enough to find. You know anything about who runs that joint?
No, not that one. A little too far south of town for me.
All right, Eddie. Well, I appreciate the tip. See you at the game next week.
Yeah, I think so. Owen, don't be getting involved in things that you shouldn't be. It's serious business dealing with those speakeasies, those mobsters.
You know me. I'm always safety first.
Well, just a little extra this time around.
Understood. See you soon.
Hangs up the phone on the other end and you have
Did you-
yourselves a lead.
What? I didn't. All I heard was muffled voices. Did you get anything?
Yeah, it says BP's likely the Blind Pig, little speakeasy on the south side of town, on
It's an
13th
awful
Street.
name for a speakeasy.
It's memorable. Probably ain't gonna forget it. So if you want to keep the meter running here on my time for the day, we can head down there and take a look.
Sure. I don't do anything most days. It'd probably be better to figure this out now rather than later.
All right, we can head down, but might be a bit of a rough crowd in there. I would just watch yourself. Silco,
Oh.
that means don't be starting any fights with that mouth of yours.
Look, I can't promise anything. I'm not gonna promise anything, but I promise I won't start any fights and push them your way.
All right.
Please don't start fights. I don't know how to fight.
I
so
don't start fights, I end them. So,
Okay. Sure. That's what people who start fights say.
yeah.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do, or heading right off to the Blind Pig?
Part of me feels like I should probably change into soft tier looking clothes, so I am not the brightest gem in the bunch.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I will just go to the nearest shop on our way there, and I will just buy really just like not great clothes.
So you are able to, you're able to find an establishment and just kind of downgrade your wardrobe. Be a little less assuming there. And carry on south of town. Maybe hopping in one of the on the L to get that way, but head off 13th there and begin searching for this location. And you do come across this bright pink sign that glows there just above the doorway of this unassuming place, unidentified place, and you see this pink circle with looks to be the number 11, but then it clicks and it realizes that it's looks to be like a pig nose, very rounded ones, so it looks to be a pig nose. There's it's quiet. There's no one around, no one on the streets. This is definitely one of those ones out of the way.
Well, from the looks of it and the way you described it, I think this is the place.
I think you're
Austin.
muted there.
Am I?
Nope, you're
No,
good.
you're good.
I'm good. Is there do you have a weapon on you in case we get accosted in any way?
Yeah. Don't leave home without it. And Owen will open his jacket, and you'll see a Smith & Wesson revolver in a shoulder holster inside of his jacket.
Very nice. Okay, good. I feel safe.
As we're kind of walking up, I'm gonna take my camera, not on flash, and just kind of take a picture of the two ones, documenting our time.
You are able to do that. You, head up to the door.
Owen will, I guess I'll walk up to the door here and give it a little rap on the frame there.
And in true speakeasy fashion, a little slot slides open and a pair of eyeballs peer out from the other side.
I'll lean in. Church on Sundays.
You see him kind of squint a little bit, maybe measuring you, slams shut. There's a quick moment, and then you hear the unlatching of the door, and it pulls open just enough for each of you to head in singly. But you do head in, and you're welcomed into a pretty dim and unassuming place. There's just a couple other individuals that sit at tables to the sides. There is a individual behind the bar as well, and the person that just let you in just kind of turns and puts their back up against the wall next to the door.
Should we go grab a drink?
Yeah. Maybe keep eyes out, see if you see anyone that you recognize from that night.
Oh, yep, okay.
You approach the bar, and the bartender gives a nod. Silko, describe that bartender for us. Who greets you?
So the bartender is fairly burly fellow, 6'3", kind of this very dark, almost jet black hair. It's very thick mustache and beard that very dense, but surprisingly well manicured. Very greasy dress shirt, rolled up sleeves. You can see that he's constantly cleaning the same glass, always wearing a furrow on his very thick eyebrows. And just very kind of large face, very imposing stature. So he kind of looks down at all of us.
The lighting in this establishment, few of you may have been to bars, speakeasies and whatnot. This one is oddly dark. And while you can see a lot of the features of this individual before you, it's still pretty tough in the room as a whole. Go ahead and give me notice checks.
Five for me.
Also, Carrie
5.
Smith wonderfully gifted 5 subs, so there are 5 group bennies available if they are needed. So,
Thank you.
Silko, you said 5 as well? Okay, and Owen?
7.
Okay. All right. You want to burn a +1, get yourself a raise on that? Yeah, 3 available.
That would be, yeah. We'll take one of those.
Okay. All right, down to 2 for that. So, Silko and Dean, you just look about, and in the shadows it's tough. Nothing really, you don't really pick up on anything. But Owen, as Silko heads up and, orders a beverage, you just kind of sit back and observe, and something catches you about this individual behind the bar. when they respond back and whatnot, their face seems a little like the skin doesn't fit on their face. It's very close, but it's just a little like something's off. You know, their mouth moves and like the eye around the eyes, it's a little extra droopy, and the darkness is certainly helping to maybe cover up something going on here, but
I guess we'll grab if there's tables to sit at, there are places up here at the bar.
I'd say standing at the bar, or there's a few tables available. Yeah, pretty smaller joint, but yeah.
Okay. Well, why don't we grab this empty table over here and settle in, keep an eye on the place for a bit, see what we see.
Okay. You don't want to sit at the bar?
I don't know if I want to get too much closer to that one. I'll tell you when we get back. I'll tell you when we get to the table.
Okay. It's incredibly rude. You don't know what he's like. Okay. You could be a very kind person. You don't know that.
As soon as the three of you take your drinks and head off to your table, you catch eyes from the two other patrons that are in there. You just notice them kind of checking you out, whatever. But the bartender heads off and heads into a back room for a few moments.
Did you all notice the bartender?
He's a big guy. Start sipping my drink.
Yeah, but his skin was all droopy, like you know when you're burning a candle and the wax starts running down. It's just kind of something weird.
Well,
You didn't
maybe
see
he sits out in the sun a lot, or I don't know. Maybe you know.
you seen the damn weather lately? No damn sun.
Okay, you're right. All right, that's fine.
Oh, and give me one more notice check.
That'd be another 7.
Okay. So with, not needing a raise here, success is fine, but with this previous information, you kind of scan around and you look at the others in the room, and you look at the bouncer there as well, and man, you swear he's got the same thing going on. Something is just not right. It's very subtle, but it's there.
Dean, you don't none of these people look familiar from mid the night, do they?
No, I'm not seeing any of them. I mean, I didn't fully see Tiny in like his previous form before he transformed fully. So but none of them really are sticking out to me.
Why don't I don't know if this is a good idea, but why don't we buy him a drink? See if we can get in their good graces.
The bartender?
No, the other two that are here.
Oh, yeah. Why don't we talk to the other two? That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'll go get them drinks.
Perfect. Once the bartender comes back.
Once I see the bartender come back in, I will go up there.
You find yourselves sitting there and lost in conversations amongst yourselves, and you realize that time goes by and you've all done well to finish your beverages. Maybe get lost and lose track of time, and man, there hasn't been anyone new to come in, but you just haven't seen that bartender come out. And just at that last moment, they do reappear. But this time there's another individual with them. Dean, Silco, you're not really sure, but you see an individual in a long trench coat with a hat, not too dissimilar from Owen. Owen, right away, you recognize Mr. Eddie Baker. I told you not to be going around where you don't belong, Owen. What the fuck are you doing here?
Eddie, I just told you I was following a lead.
And I told you not to follow leads you shouldn't be following.
You just said to be careful. I'm being careful. I haven't talked to hardly anybody. Not starting any trouble. Just following a lead.
And you brought that nosy one there. Gestures to you, Dean.
Hey,
Now you all wrapped up in this. There ain't gonna
Hold
be
on.
no handshakes and pinky promises that you're not gonna say anything. 'Cause that's not how this works. They don't call it the Windy City because it's windy.
Hold on now, Eddie. What the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking about you knowing, you coming here, knowing that I'm here, and getting involved in business you're not supposed to be getting involved in. He then turns, nods over to the other two, and just nods his head. And at that, the bouncer and the bartender. The bouncer turns and locks the door, and then heads back. The bartender as well. And you see they pull, they go up to their face and they just pull away. And their face skin pulls off, revealing this gross, kind of like mangy looking rat head. Humanoid rat heads. And then they wander into the back room. And Dean, you look over and you see those two individuals at the bar down their drink, smash the glass on the table, and then just begin that transformation into these large, just oversized hulking beasts.
Do I have time to take a picture?
You can, sure.
Silco immediately just like, this is fascinating and terrifying, and takes a picture.
found Tiny.
And they then stand up and start moving very aggressively over in your direction. And with that, we're going to get into some combat here. I need...
Hell yeah.
And just to clarify, did Eddie also skin face thing or just
no,
okay, so not
it was
Eddie.
just the other two, yeah. The other two definitely like larger, like very much taller as well, so that was a weird attribute than the others, so. Okay. All right, so in Savage Worlds, for those unfamiliar, we use playing cards to draw initiative, fantastic system, and every round you redraw as well. So go ahead, begin combat, get everyone dealt in, and we have Silco at the top. You see these two hulking figures coming towards you, just, you know, kind of grinding their fists. You can only assume that they're coming to give a beat down.
Silco will carefully pull off the camera and kind of slide it to the side. Said, I told you, I don't start fights. And reaches into their pockets, pulling out some brass knuckles, cracking their own wrists, saying, I'm gonna end this one. And is going to... I don't think they are going to go in for the fist, like just to punch them in the face. They're going to run at them, but grab one of the chairs that's nearby and try to smash them over the head.
Okay, can do. So, pull up the block there. Improvised weapon, which I believe you'll still use fighting for that. So we can go ahead and make that roll first. Also, I will say we're up to 6 group bennies now, thanks to another donation by Candace. Candace, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So go ahead and make a fighting check. You grab the chair nearby and swing it towards one of the figures as it comes forward.
All right. So that is a 5.
Okay, so when you are doing like a melee attack, you are going against the enemy's parry score. So, that unfortunately will miss.
Can I
Unless you
spend a
wanna-
Benny?
You can, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a Benny, and I think I have an ability here.
Elon, I think, yeah.
Elon, yeah. So when I spend a Benny to reroll a trait, I add +2 to the total. Coming in hot with that chair off the top rope. So that is a 7, 8, 9 altogether.
Okay. All right, so that will be a success. Hit on that. Not enough for a raise, but pretty close. So for that, chair is kind of a medium-ranged improvised weapon, and that does strength plus d6. So roll your strength die plus a d6.
All right. Ooh.
So Silco, you've got
6
a
plus a d6.
yeah, and these will explode as well.
That's a 3.
And you add these two together.
Oh, that's a 4.
So 4 total.
Yep.
Okay. You see that, I mean, these individuals are massive. Do you want to re-roll that one? Spend a Benny and re-roll that one?
Yeah, because I rolled a 3 and a 1. It's my only bennies that I'm spending for now. Okay. Oh my god, that's a 3.
Another 3 between
In
the two?
total. Yeah, rolled a 2
Oh
and a
my
1.
goodness. Okay, your first one you got a 4, right?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, all right. So you go and the chair doesn't even break. Like, for some reason, maybe your balance is off. It goes up against this individual, and it just is like nothing. You did nothing. Maybe just it's like a tap against him. And he just looks down at you. Lets out a
Bounces
growl.
off. Says, "There's some really well-made chairs." Oh fuck! And tries to backpedal. That's it for them.
All right, Owen, you are up. So we'll say, so they were coming, towards you all. So you all were sitting to the right side, where the entrance door was to the right. They were to the left. Come in. Siko, you stood up with the chair, moved towards them to hit, and then, attempted to move backwards. There would be like a opportunity attack withdrawing from melee.
It was more like a step or 2 back. It wasn't like full withdrawal. It was just like a.
Okay, so not necessarily out of attack range.
No.
Okay, all right, cool. So yeah, Owen and Dean, you would still be like at your table, so definitely a few feet away.
All right. I'm gonna look at Dean. Kind of just like I can't believe this shit I've just gotten into here. My rates are just starting to go up, Dean. Hope you can cover it.
More than. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it.
And with that, Dean's gonna reach into a pocket on his jacket and pull out a set of brass knuckles on his fist and head towards the ugliest looking of the two and try to clock him.
That's a tough competition.
Right, so that'll be a fighting roll for that one, right?
Yes.
All right. Fighting is a D6 for Oni. Oh, they both exploded. Nice. How would that work?
Roll them both, because
I roll them both again, because
are they different die? Can you keep them apart?
I can keep them separate. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. You only, of course, take one, but yeah, you might as well.
All right, so that'll
roll
be
them both.
that'll be an 11.
11. Okay, very nice. So that is a hit and a raise. So you'll have additional damage there. So what does your brass knuckles do?
Yeah, so
Probably strength plus.
damage is as a strength plus D4,
Okay.
which for me is a D6.
Okay, and then add a single D6 for the raised damage. So you'll be rolling 2D6 plus D4.
And any of those can explode?
Yes.
Okay. That's going to be 8.
Okay. You feel like you swing in and punch towards the individual, and it hits hard. And he pulls back a little bit, but shrugs it off. Not the impact you're hoping for.
Well, shit. Owen's just gonna, just gotta shake his head at him. I think this party's over.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
The hulking figure that you just hit is going to look down upon you, Owen, and is going to come down. You see, like, his forearm is like, it almost looks like hardened. It is not like spikes, but these ridges have kind of built up out of it as well. And he's just going to come across with a heavy forearm striking towards you. And that is an 8. What's your parry?
Parry is a 5.
Okay, so that'll be a hit. And that will be... Oof. These boys are strong. Oh, wow. D12 die. That explodes.
Oh, we're dead, everybody. We're dead.
And again.
We're so dead.
Owen's dead.
Oh, dick.
So, 24 plus 9. So, Will Beat, is going to just go and just beat you down. I'm going to do maximum 4 wounds here. So you can go ahead and attempt to soak there if you would like. So you have to spend a Benny for that and then make a vigor roll. And for every success and raise, you would reduce a wound there. So yeah, you're looking at some 8. It's about 6 wounds total, I think, actually.
Alright, so there was an 8, so it explode. Oh wait, I'd roll a d6 with that too, right? Or...
Yeah, you always do.
Yep. Alright, it's a 10.
A 10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you'll reduce 2 of those, so you have 2 wounds.
Okay.
And it comes in and just this hit. The other 2 of you see that these 2 packing a punch, quite literally. And the other individual then, looking down on Silco, same thing. It's going to go ahead and lash out with an attack.
Is that hit me?
That's going to be a 5 against your parry.
My parry's a 6.
Okay. So you've just seen the one and you're anticipating, and that single step backwards, not out of range, but just enough. And as the individual comes down and strikes at you, you do just dip out of the way just enough and just right across your nose. And you know you are so lucky to have avoided that. And he lets out this growl in frustration and anger. Dean, you're sitting back at the table still. You see Owen almost get knocked out. Silco just narrowly missing, getting missed. What are you doing?
First, Dean just makes a like squeaking noise out of like complete shock. And like, am I off? Okay, so we're still like standing or sitting or what?
I mean, you would have probably been
Okay.
sitting unless you stood up when they moved over, but
I don't I am going to run away from all of this and try to get to the front door. And I don't have lockpicking skills, but I am going to try and at least, I don't know, like try and bust. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna run to the door and try opening it.
Okay. So you're going to have to go past these two individuals. I mean, they're massive. It's a narrower front way here. So if you want to change what you're doing, that's fine. But one of them was definitely going to strike out at you if
Okay.
if you do that.
Okay. Can I actually? Okay. So lay of the land. We are currently sitting at a table. Is there a line of like sight that I can see to get to the bar at the very least?
Yeah.
Without getting in between the hulking figures. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna book it for the bar. And I'm gonna sort of like skid slide behind it, and grab the nearest bottle as like a, I don't know, a weapon of defense. Because I think that the Eddie is still around this area. Yes.
He went in. He went to the back room, or in the back area, where then the other two, the rat-headed figures, they followed back in there. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cower with my bottle.
Okay, not do anything with it?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So we come to round 2, and we will reshuffle for our new turn order. And that will be, and we have a joker. So anytime a joker comes out, everyone gets a Benny. So add a Benny, all players. And Owen, you specifically got that card, so you have a +2 to basically all rolls for this round. So attacks and damage. And you can go whenever you want if you want to change your turn order there.
Okay. I assume are these two guys between us and the door?
Yeah, I would say, yeah. Really nearby it. Yeah, it's not a huge area, but yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Well, these guys aren't pulling any punches, I guess. So I think Owen's gonna do the same here. Yeah, seeing how trying to just knock these guys out didn't seem to have much of an impact, I'm gonna reach inside and pull that revolver out that I flashed earlier.
All right.
So with that, you'll see Owen pull out a Smith & Wesson revolver with a small little bird carved into the hand, to the grip of it. He's still woozy and kind of shaking off the effects of getting hit. He's just gonna try to steady his aim as best as possible and fire at the goon there that had clocked him.
Okay, so you do have 2 wounds, so you have a -2. So basically, you're at a wash because of the Joker. So, yep, you're at a wash there on your rolls. And because you are in melee range, your ranged attack is actually against the parry rather than the standard 4 for that. So.
That's right. I'm trying to remember. If you take a step back, they could do an opportunity attack.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. And I can add a +1 to this with my marksman edge. So this will be a D.
What's the full thing of that do? Marksman?
For the edge?
Yeah.
It is. No, I thought it opened. If I don't move in a turn and fires no more than 1 shot, add +1 to a shooting roll, or ignore 2 points of penalties from called shots, etc.
Nice. Okay.
So we'll give this a go. Alright, that exploded. It's gonna be a 9 to hit.
Awesome. So yeah, despite being close up, his figure's pretty large. You have a pretty big surface area, if you will, to go after, and you are able to connect and fire against the individual. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah. 9 points of damage.
Okay. Again, you fire into, and it does pierce the individual, and he does let out a wince, but shrugs it off much easier than you think.
Oh, it wouldn't. Well, I don't know if it would matter because does Joker add +2 to the damage as well?
It does, and I don't think wounds affect that. So, yeah. So that would be an 11, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that will be a hit.
All right.
All right. So you got over it. Is there any armor piercing penetration on your weapon?
That's a good question. Yeah, AP 1.
1. Okay. All right. So that actually helps a little bit more too, or just shores it up. So you fire in, and you do connect and hit this individual, and they do let out a grumble in pain and go down to their knee, and you see they then topple over to their side and begin starting to actually, I'm gonna attempt to soak that. I got bennies, I can do that.
And I was tempted to use one of my brand new Benny on rerolling that damage because it was kind of weak.
Oof. That is a big fat failure. Okay, so yeah, he goes down, and you then see that he begins to kind of slowly reduce and shrivel back to his normal state, and just lay there on the ground, currently incapacitated, not moving.
So you hit him hard enough. There is a harmless little baby bluebird falling out of a nest.
Good to know. Good to know.
Owen, go ahead and roll me a d6. So even will be this guy that you took down. Odd will be the other.
Even. 6.
Okay, so you took out the individual that would have gone next in the turn order. So I'll put him out. And Dean, you are up. Standing there behind the bar, shaking with your bottle, as you just hear this loud gun blast that just went off in the small bar.
Is it possible to like call out to some? Like, can I call out to Dean in this moment?
On your turn, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aw. I'm gonna kind of like look over, peek my head around the bar to kind of see what just happened. And I'm assuming I can see that like figure has fallen now.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
You heard a loud gunshot go off,
Yeah.
and then
Probably a thud, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna sort of look down at the very presumably sticky floor, cringe a little, and I'm just gonna start like kind of like scooting myself over towards the door that the rat men and Eddie went through. I don't know if it's open or if it's like a swing door of any kind.
Be like a drapery.
A drapery.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sort of just like look and see, like peek the drapery just a little bit so I can see what's going on in the back room.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a notice check.
Okay. Not good. I'm gonna spend a penny.
Okay.
Learning my lesson of spending more pennies in this session. Was it any better? 5.
Okay.
Well, I
So
guess
that's a success. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So you peer in. It's pretty dimly lit back here. There's a little bit of lighting. And you scan the room, and you see a few individuals. You see 2 individuals sitting like at a makeshift like crate. Looks like they may be playing cards. But again, you see this like, kind of tan and dark colored something around their necks, and you realize it's that like fake skin mask. And you just see these two here. One of them is a rat. The other one looks more of some kind of an avian bird-looking creature with this really short beak. You see another individual that seems to be talking to what looks to be a human over there that has a weasel head over there, fuzzy weasel head. And then you do notice with them as well as Eddie. So Eddie, somebody else, and then talking to this weasel person there. With that.
Okay. I'm gonna clock all of them. I'm gonna close the drapery. Push
Give
myself away
me
from
a quick stealth check.
God damn it! I knew you. My stealth's no good. Oh wait, that's the wrong die. I'm gonna spend another Benny.
You're rolling both, right? Your D6
Yeah,
too?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I rolled a 3 on both the D6 and the D4, but my D4 just exploded on this roll. So,
Awesome.
It's 5.
Okay. All right. So you feel, with the commotion going on, the people in the back are assuming that this is going to go on, so they're not super alert, and you're quiet enough and unassuming enough to just pull that aside, take a peek, observe quick, and then come back in. So
I'll lean back against the bar. Okay, maybe this would have been a good story. I should write about this afterwards. Maybe instead of poetry, I decided to become just a writer. I don't know. Okay. That's all I'm gonna do.
all right. With that, the other hulking figure now sees that his counterpart has gone down and looks out and is going to, has Silco in front, but there's a individual in front of him with a gun and is going to turn and move towards you and lash out. Explode for a 7 against your parry, Owen,
That'll hit.
which will hit. Okay. And a 7 against your toughness of 6, which will hit, so that will cause another wound unless you want to attempt to soak that.
Yeah, I'll try to soak that.
Okay. So spend a Benny and then make a vigor roll.
Do I get +2 on this one as well? Because I still have the Joker.
Yeah.
So I can't remember how that worked. Yeah. That'll be a 7.
Okay, that is a success. So you do soak. You know what? You would have been shaken the last round. Forget about the shaken. But it's fine.
Yep.
So, so you would have taken this one away. So you don't have an extra wound here. Go ahead and make me a spirit check real quick.
Oh, I forgot to roll the d6 with that too. 4.
Okay, so we'll say you succeeded in that, and you would have been good. If you would have failed, I would have had you spend a Benny to clear that shaken status.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're good. All caught up there. So you are able to kind of absorb the impact of this weaker hit from the individual as he comes in. And with that, Silco, the last hulking figure, attention is turned away from you. You're up.
Okay, so I think Silco is going to put down that chair kind of behind this rat and basically run a little bit away from it and then run to the chair and leap off of it and like try and get onto this creature's head and
Okay,
just like
this one's not a rat. This one's still humanoid, but yeah. Okay.
humanoid. Yeah, it's just like I start just punching it or at least distract it.
Okay. So, do you want to, just try and grapple, or you still want to get an attack in on him?
I'll take the -2 to do 2 actions.
Okay.
To jump, grab, and then just start punching.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and make an athletics check.
no, my athletics is not good.
I think grapple is athletics against because it is a grappling. So you have a +1 because of the size. They are a size bigger, and so when you grapple, you actually have a bonus if they are bigger. Kind of a weird thing there.
Nice. It's a 6.
Okay, so you have a 6. So roll between attacker defender's athletics. So target number is 6. Athletics is... They do not have it. I guess.
What's their agility?
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. That would be a 4 because it's -2.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Yeah, their agility is really good. It feels really silly to not have to do it on skill. I think that's the rules though, so we'll do it. What was your? You had a 4? Okay, so it is a success. They failed. So they actually did fail with that. So you are grappling, and so that means they are bound. And so bound, they can't move, and is distracted and vulnerable. As sorry, you're entangled. Entangled is they can't move and they're distracted. Distracted means -2 incoming. Nope, -2 outgoing attacks. Is that vulnerable is +2 incoming. All right, then go ahead and make your other attack as well.
Down, Adam. Sweet. Love it. There's this tiny little man on top of this creature. I'm gonna spend my Benny to reroll it, so only a 4.
Okay. You do remember that these are hardy individuals.
That's a 3 and a 2. No.
Okay.
I rolled really bad.
You can continue to spend bennies. You don't. It's not just one time.
I think we only have 1 left in the pool in total, right?
No, there's 6. You haven't used any of them.
Oh, I thought we did.
Yeah.
Because you started with 3. You got 1 back. So you've had
Yeah,
4
you
to
all
go
you
through.
all start with 3. So
Never mind.
and
Oh
yeah,
my
use up your own
God.
personal first, and then go to the
Heck
pool
yeah.
just to make
Okay,
it easier.
sweet.
So and you gained 1 because of the Joker.
Yes.
So
That was the one that I
Yeah.
used because I spent 2, spent 1. Okay, so I spent 1 from the pool. I'll reroll it again.
how many total have you spent all night? Do you think?
3.
So you have 1 extra for your own because of the Joker. So
Cool.
spend it there. Yeah.
Da-da. Okay, awesome. I am gonna throw these dice away. Oh, that's a 6. That's a 6. Okay. That's a 5. So that is a 6, 5. That's 11, 9.
Oh, -2. Yes, you're right.
Yep.
Okay. But that is still a hit. You feel that if you put a little bit, if you can like get a little more into this, you might get a little extra on it if you want to add a +1 to that.
Oh, actually, it would be
your
negated
choice.
because of Elan. So
you're
it's going to
right.
be an 11 anyway.
Okay. So you do get a raise there. So roll your damage for, you're just punching.
With the brass knuckles because I did put them on at the very beginning.
Okay. So whatever that is, plus a single D6 as well.
Okay.
On
so
top
it's
of whatever the damage is.
D4
there.
plus strength, which is D6, and then an extra D6 for that.
Yep.
Okay.
And add all of these together, and they can explode.
Ooh, so that is another 6. Just gonna roll another die. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 altogether.
Awesome. All right. So you just see the other 2 of you. You see little Silco just run up, jump on this chair, and onto the back of this hulking figure as it's staring down at Owen as it just attacked him. And the arms come around it, and he starts flailing, and then this arm comes back, and this little gleam of light reflects off of the brass knuckles and just comes down across the back of the head of the individual. And he wavers and wavers and then falls down to the ground, knocked out. And begins, as the other... Actually, nope. I'm gonna do this. D10. Gotta try. Nope. Okay. Yeah. Does fall. Cannot resist the damage there. and then begins shrinking down himself as well. And you just kind of stand. If you just kind of like ride him down and then hop off, just kind of get closer
Kind
to
of
the
jumping
floor.
around, just like,
Yeah.
told you, yeah! Just kicks him.
And with that,
Uh,
the room falls silent as we come out of the combat there, and stand around and just in silence, other than a little bit of a hustle bustle from the back.
I go to get my camera, kind of putting it very amped up, full adrenaline going. Put the camera back around my neck and say, all right, are we gonna go kick your friend's ass now? I don't know if he's actually your friend, probably fucking not.
Nah, hell. Owen's got blood kind of coming out of my nose.
Shit.
Those, the hell are these things? Hit like a Mack truck.
I'm gonna sort of like come out from behind the bar and be like, see, I told you I wasn't lying when I said that they transformed.
It didn't say that they transformed into that.
I mean, it's kind of hard to describe.
I don't know what else you want me to tell you. I don't know. I'm still reeling from the skin figures back there, okay?
Hey, boss! Hey, boss!
We gotta get out of
You
here.
turn and you see the bird-headed figure standing at the curtainway, looking out at you and kind of looking back and yelling.
I'm gonna
You-
book it to the door.
Okay.
As soon as I see that creature,
Yeah.
I'm gonna book it to the door, and I'm just gonna start like yanking on it to try and just get
So
us out of here.
it was, there's just a bunch of locks on there.
Okay.
You would have been able to do it. It was more just, now it's something you have to go through, but you can start
Oh, okay,
doing
cool.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
You do hear some footsteps, and, I'd say you're able to kind of get those done and get down to be able to open that door as the individual then kind of steps through. You just hear a heavy sigh. And those that would turn around, you would see Eddie again. You always could put up a fight there, couldn't you, Cross?
Man, what the hell you involved in, Eddie?
Don't you fucking worry about it. Listen, I was gonna beat you quiet, but just let this be a warning. Keep your nose out of business, out of where it don't belong, and we'll be good.
Let this be your warning. And we're gonna come in here, and we're gonna kick the shit out of all your friends.
Silco, shut the fuck up, Silco.
What?
Get the hell out of here.
Silco, gimme an intimidation roll.
Yeah.
Silco.
Silco's amped up. That is a 6.
6 total?
Yeah.
Okay. You see that it just seems to ignite a rage in Eddie's face. And he just kind of bites his tongue and just does not look very happy. He turns back to Owen and says, "You keep your lackeys in check, and you stay out of business that isn't yours. Good?"
You can consider us gone.
And with that, he stands and Dean, you are able to open that door and
As I
And head
open
out.
it, I'm just gonna say, just to clarify, I was the one that hired him. I would not consider myself a lackey. I would consider myself the head of this.
I'm no one's lackey, okay? I'm not
you
being
need-
paid.
You need to get better clients.
Is it possible for me
Let's
to
go.
like go up to the bar and just like very casually and just take a bottle?
You can try. The bird-headed figure has moved over to behind the bar now, though, so he'd be standing there. And as you walk up, you see him kind of like throwing that skin mask back on and then like trying to adjust it. And like, the eye sockets are all just,
Stop.
trying to get it all.
I'm gonna take a picture and back away. Large flash comes up.
It kind of like reacts to it as you
Oh.
do a little bit.
Can I snag the bottle while it reacts then?
Go ahead and make a yeah, stealth is good.
Look, I'm a shit disturber. Oh, that explodes. That is a 8.
Okay, yeah, that's a success and a raise. Sorry. So yeah, you notice that when you flash and the weird figure there behind the bar kind of reacts to that, turning away, you're able to just reach around and grab and you just get lucky and find something right away and pull it back around.
Quickly pulls it and puts it away. It's like, fine, I'm going. And makes my way to the door.
So you
I've
head
already,
out.
I'm already like
Yeah,
across
out.
the street.
Silk out. Owen.
Yeah, I'm just rub my jaw and kind of respond back to Eddie's comment about better clients. Say, yeah, you're telling me. With that, it's gonna head out the door and just slam it behind him.
It does with a heavy thud, echoing the encounter now behind you. As the rain continues to pour here in the city, and you head back, assumingly, to your office.
Yeah, back to my office. Probably would stop, 'cause I've got some wounds here, too, that I need to take care of. So yeah, it's probably not the first time I've been in a scrape. So maybe stop by wherever I normally would kind of go to get patched up.
Yeah, easy to find, and get some assistance in that regard. And with that and a good, kind of night's sleep and whatnot, probably help out as well. So,
Okay.
yeah.
We gotta talk about the creatures that we saw on there with the skin. We gonna talk about that.
That was fucked up. I got a picture of them though, so we can at least prove it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have nightmares. I can't stop thinking about it. You did great though. With the final Hulk thing, that was very impressive.
I mean, you did great hiding. I didn't even know where you were.
Thanks. I tend to be good at that.
Hey, you gonna be okay there, Owen?
I've been better, Silco. I don't think you took the brunt of it like I did.
No, you did a good job absorbing those hits. And as you kind of like pull out the cigarette, Soko will pull out the lighter and kind of light it for you.
Okay. I take a draw on a cigarette, just trying to relax here. Oh, what the hell? What did you get me roped into, Dean?
Well, I didn't know what we were getting into anyways. I thought it was. Well, at least now you know your friend's not a good person.
I mean, who knows why he's there? Maybe he was hired for a job. I don't know. Those things ain't natural, though. Whatever the hell they are.
They're weird.
It's that's putting it mildly.
Well,
Owen, if you want, go give me a occult roll.
Right. 4.
Okay. No, not familiar.
I've heard a lot of stories about weird shit in this town, but I ain't never heard anything like that.
I mean,
People with rat faces.
Yeah.
Fucking bird. What the hell is that?
There was a weasel back there too, like a ferret or something.
Yeah, Maybe we go back and get a whole goddamn petting zoo going.
I guess.
I mean, with all the weird shit happening around this town, I'd like to say I'm surprised. A little bit surprised. But, fuck. This could be big.
Big?
Yeah.
You
what if
act like
it's-
that's a great thing.
Well, I mean, not great, but in a sense, but great in terms of a story, at least. Whatever this is, maybe we can uncover it.
Yeah, Trick's gonna be maybe staying alive long enough to get the story.
We're gonna need. Do you have other people that we can contact about this?
I don't know if many of you even believe a story like this. I was there and I barely believe it. If I didn't have these bumps and bruises, I think the whole thing was a dream.
Look, double whatever your rate is. I'll double it. Okay. I really need your help. Whatever that is, we got to figure it out. Whatever was going on over there. Also, they know who I am, so they're gonna come after me. And they're gonna come after you. And they're gonna come after you.
Yeah. And I mean, at the very end of this, you can write a great poem. And we'll have photographic evidence.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I was coming up with something actually while you were fighting. I was thinking
when you were
about
hiding.
Yeah, well, I was coming up with something, and I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, with your brass knuckles, like gold streaks through the air or something like that, something to include in that. Maybe no streaks.
You need to work on it like a lot of
maybe I
it.
need to really work on it. A lot of it.
Yeah. A lot.
Gold streaks. Just pull out a notebook and start writing.
Fuck, let's go back to your office. Owen pulls out the bottle and says, and then like just flashes it because does not want to be seen with it and says, let's pour you a drink at least.
I could use a strong drink after that.
Well, it's free.
It's the best kind.
I mean, Owen did kind of have to pay for it.
Yeah, with his face.
With his face,
True.
yeah.
You give me notice checks.
Oh, okay.
Everybody?
Yes, this is based on scent. So, Owen, I don't know if alertness applies to scent. I don't know if it's specific.
Yeah, I have to look. It's good. Never come up before. Hear, see, or otherwise sense the world.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yep,
I guess they
catch it all. Yeah.
Got a
They
sniffer.
kept it generic, yeah.
I got a 2, so.
Okay.
Oh, same.
6.
All right. So as you pour the drinks out, it's a little like slight cloudy, but mostly clear liquid. A slight cloud to it, not much though. And Owen, you just pick up on a little bit of a, kind of earthy, but almost like a metallic, like there's something to it, the aroma to it, it seems to be maybe a gin-based, juniper, something, but there's something else to it that just, catches your nose a little bit.
Does it seem to be like off-putting? Like I've never smelled something like this before, and I'm not sure that I should actually drink it?
I'd say it doesn't really, with just the 6, it doesn't cause you concern.
Okay.
Just notice a little something.
Cheers.
Cheers to a new mystery.
Do triple a regular rate?
Sure. Yeah,
I could
okay.
Owen, go ahead and give me a persuasion check. Let's let the dice decide.
How much could it be? $10,000?
Pennies.
Pennies.
Oh, that exploded.
Oh?
11.
Okay, so Dean, this will be a spirit roll for you. You have to
Ooh.
meet or beat an 11.
Oh, okay. No.
Fail?
Seven.
Okay, so yeah, you are, as you had initially said anyway, you're willing to.
Triple. You got it.
Triple.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
I just insist that maybe you spend a little bit of that money towards new clothing. Maybe I don't know, something like that. Maybe something to spruce the
apartment.
place up. Yeah, an apartment. Do you live here? Is there, like, wife,
The-
kids, or are you just?
I got a room in the back, and the only one foolish enough to ever get married is that one over there. And that worked out real well for him.
Starts drinking heavily.
All right, everyone that is drinking, please make a vigor check, please.
My best stat.
Five.
6.
7.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're able to hold down and but something like you've all probably consumed alcohol and you know generally its effects on you, but this seems to hit you a lot faster than you would have expected. Maybe some of you able to take, 2-3 fingers, maybe a few glasses, but this seems to hit, and it's this weird tingly feeling, and you just feel a little agitated, a little restless, and just aggression seems to just begin and kind of seep through each of you. And you just feel like your hands just clenching into fists, just tighter and tighter. All your muscles just feel like they flex a little bit throughout your entire body. And it goes away. You sit and wonder what you've just consumed. Is there something a little extra about this? We'll end there. And we'll see if that provides any details next week. Fantastic. Great start, everyone. Bounce House, thank you so much for being with us tonight. Hope you've enjoyed it. As I said, fantastic first episode for our series here. We will be back next week, Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, once again to continue on. So please join us then. But for now, let's say hello again to our cast. Playing Silco, Piper, say hello.
Hi, everyone. I'm Piper Matihi. You can find me, of course, at Maddie Matihi on Twitter. You can also find me on my channel at Matihi. Are we doing all the plugs?
You can, yes, go for it.
Sweet. Okay, well, I'm going to be here every Thursday, of course. I'm also going to be here on, I think it's the 20th. Yeah, no, 21st. 21st, as you know, every single Tuesday at 8 p.m. here, Thirsty Sword Lesbians. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm here on the 20th. It's going to be such a good time, and I'm very, very excited to play. But you should watch every single Tuesday and donate and hang out. I'm also going to be starting up a new campaign in August. It's going to be a pirate-themed, all-queer, very gay game called What We Do in the Shallows. It's going to be a great
Love it so
time.
much.
Yeah. And every other Tuesday that I'm not on the 21st, I am going to be running on Emma Panetta's channel, my partner's, Curse of Strahd. It is very gay as well. Everything is very queer that I do. So it's good times. That's me.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being with us, Piper. Great introduction to Silco. All right, let's go next door to Indiana. Say hello.
Hello, I am Indiana Sloan, aka Travis. Played Owen Cross. You can find me on Twitter at the Indiana Sloan. You can also find me on demand on some of Todd's older Star Wars 5e, Deadlands proper, so not Deadlands Noir, but the Old West version. We wrapped up that campaign a few months ago. You can also find me over at a website called thathashtagshow.com. I cover pop culture and entertainment, do some writing there contributing to that website. So yeah, that's where you can find me.
And Vagrant.
Oh yes, and I forgot, we just I'm not sure how many episodes are actually out yet.
Today was episode 5, actually.
5, yeah. So if you have not been following the Vagrant Freighters Season 1 and Season 2 and Scattered Choices, it's a real play Star Wars 5e podcast that I do with Todd, with all the dice rolls actually removed. So it's a very radio theater sort of experience. So definitely give it a listen. It's pretty cool.
Absolutely. So a few more episodes of that to come out. So thank you for being here as well. And at the end, last but not least, Kaz, say hello.
Hi, I'm Kaz. You probably also know me as the Mini Arcanist. I am a mini painter. I stream on Twitch at the Mini Arcanist. At this point, my schedule's all over the place, but I'm very excited because in June I am doing a fundraising campaign for Equality Texas, which kickoff stream starts tomorrow night, and I'm very excited for. It's going to be full of weird shenanigans that you get to that are incentives for this. So it's super exciting. I'm also going to be a part of the Thirsty Swords Lesbians. That is a hard name to say. I'm going to be the last week in June, the 28th.
28th, yep.
Yeah, and I'm very excited. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I am stoked. And also here on Thursdays. I'm also a part of Carrie's Call of Cthulhu campaign, which is just started airing this week. You all should check that out on Wednesdays. It's really awesome. It is terrifying. Todd's also in it with me in the part that we're in, and it was amazing. So yeah, those are my plugs.
Awesome, absolutely. Thank you for mentioning Carrie as well. Carrie helped a lot with generating the story for Deadlands Noir here, so I absolutely needed to give her credit and shout out for that. So yeah, check out her stuff as well. I have been your game master, Todd Moonbounce. Thank you so much for hanging out here in the Bounce House with us. As I mentioned, we'll be back for 4 more episodes the rest of June here, Thursday nights. So be sure to come and see where this goes. And we thank you for everyone out there that gifted subs and supported otherwise to help this crew. We'll see if we dip into some of those benefits later on here. Other than Deadlands Noir, as Piper and Kaz have mentioned, I will be behind the scenes for Thirsty Sword Lesbians, producing that show here on my channel, as Candace the Magnificent, who truly lives up to that name, will be hosting and running a lot of that event. So all in benefit of the Trevor Project, amazing organization there that we're working towards. So definitely check that out every Tuesday going forward this month in June for Pride Month for that. And I think that's really the 2 big things that I have going on. I got some other behind the scenes projects as well that we'll reveal when we get to them. I think that's everything. Thank you all for being here so very much, and have a great rest of your evening. We will see you next time.